I think that if a philosophy is popular, it has to have at least a decent amount of inherent value to it. Alright, so this is something I've been stewing on for a while. I don't know if I have been giving the impression lately of being a sort of non-conformist, but I'm not. Thing is, I think what it comes down to is that if a philosophy is popular, as dumb as I think people are with collective consciousness, it's how you get riots, people breaking things indiscriminately, I think that people, given time, are quite intelligent. It's how culture exists. So that's the thing about these philosophies. I think that if a philosophy is popular, it has to have at least a decent amount of inherent value to it. But that doesn't mean that it's inherently good. And if a philosophy is known as a bad one, for instance, anarchism, that is a good indicator of this is at least a less good philosophy. But the one thing I want to point out is that if a philosophy is unknown, that doesn't mean anything about it. It doesn't mean it's good. The unknown does not mean good. It does not mean bad. So I guess I sort of wanted to send away this image of a nonconformist that I might have been giving off. Honestly, I think if people tend to agree that a thing is good, it's generally good. That's the same reason I didn't have the reactionary distrust of religion that so many of my contemporaries have. A lot of my contemporaries in this regard tend to view religion automatically as a thing worthy of a lot of suspicion. And I think the reason that I didn't is because I would see like, oh, well, so many people have agreed that it's a good idea that there must be at least a couple of kernels of goodness in this whole thing. Here's an example. A lot of people know about objectivism. Objectivism is known by a lot of people, and I think the majority of people dislike objectivism. From that doesn't mean that it's inherently good or bad. What it means is that you can assume that in relation to the human race, objectivism is at least mostly bad in practice. Another one, pragmatism is known by a lot of people, and most people tend to, in the very least, not dislike pragmatism, or at least not think that it's, well, bad in practice. Even the existentialists that prefer to avoid pragmatism don't think it's a bad philosophy, they just dislike its methodology of thought. The collective is not inherently bad. You don't have to have some strange nonconformist view to be a good philosophizer. I'm sure everyone's got their own little debatable opinion on philosophy which they sympathize with despite it being unpopular, but I'm not saying that those philosophies don't also have kernels of truth. I'm just saying that the really popular philosophers, for instance, Socrates, are worth taking a look at and figuring, okay, so many people over so long have liked these guys. They've got to have at least a couple of things right.